Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. Today I'm talking about 3 secrets that will immediately change the way women see you. So these are 3 things that you can start to adopt, start to practice, start to integrate into your personality so you can attract more women into your life, so you can get a girlfriend more faster if that's what you want, or you just want to get more women in your life, you want to get laid more often, whatever it may be, whatever you want, okay? So I'll go into these 3 things, and this is literally all you need, okay? And that is, well, obviously I'm going to go into them in more detail, but this is just the overview. So your vibe, get happy, and your main quest. Okay, so those are the 3 things that you need. So let's first talk about your vibe. Your vibe, especially around women. So the vibe that you need to adopt is one that is more relaxed and at ease and less attached to the outcome. Okay, because the moment you become attached to a certain outcome when you're on a date with a woman, like making her your girlfriend, trying to get laid, the moment you start focusing on that, the moment you're going to become more anxious, you're going to become more pushy, and you're going to have just this weird vibe about you that women are not going to like. They're going to be able to tell that you're trying to rush them into something, whether that be into a relationship or sex, whatever it may be, okay? So you've got to have a more of a carefree attitude when you go on dates with women. And the way that you become more carefree is to let go of those outcomes of trying to impress her, trying to make her your girlfriend, trying to get in her pants. You've got to let go of all of that. Those things actually happen way faster when you are more loose and relaxed, okay, and at ease and at peace with the situation. So the idea is you've got to reframe how you're thinking before you go out on a date, okay? So one of the things that you can think is something like this, like, okay, I am going to go on a date in a few moments, and honestly, I just want to have a good time. I'm just going to make her laugh, and if we get on, that's great, and if we don't, that's also great, because I can just find someone else. I'm just going to see how things go. I'm just going to relax, have fun, have a good time getting to know another human being, and what happens, happens. But most of all, what I'm going to focus on is just bringing a good, fun, light-hearted energy to this, and see if we gel, see if we get on really well. And you'll know if you're really getting along with a woman if you're bringing that kind of attitude to it, and she's got the same kind of attitude, and you guys are just having fun and just being silly and playful, and it's just a great time. You're just having a blast. And that's how you know that you should continue talking to that woman. That's how you know you should continue dating that woman, because you get along really well, really well. You're making each other laugh. You're just having fun with it. You're not taking things too seriously. You're good to go. And that's all to do with the vibe, okay? So if you've got that vibe going for you, then things are going to be easy, okay? Things are going to be so easy dating women, because it's so true, the song, girls just want to have fun. It's true. Girls just want to have fun. They just want to have a laugh. They just want to be silly. They just want to be playful. They just want to let loose, okay? That's what they want. That's all they want. If you can make her laugh, if you can get her to be silly, if you can get her to be, giggling like a little girl, that's the best thing you could do for her, okay? And she will love you for that, okay? Even if things don't work out, she's still going to want to try and have you in her life. She's still going to really like you, okay? But of course, then you can decide whether or not you still want her in her life if she doesn't want to date you, or if you can, it'd probably be better for you to move on, especially if you really find her attractive, because sometimes, a woman may have a good time with you and laugh with you and have fun, but she may still only see you as a friend, or maybe she won't find you that attractive, and that's normal, right? Because not every woman is going to be attracted to you. You can get a lot of women to like you and warm up to you and, have fun with you, but you might not get all of them to be attracted to you. So if she just wants to be friends, then, and you don't want that because maybe you fancy her, you just say, well, I want more than that, and so I can't accept the friendship, I'm sorry, something along those lines. And then you just move on with your life, and maybe she'll come back, maybe she won't, but you've let go, okay? You're not attached. But if you have this vibe, and let's say you're meeting women out on, like, maybe women that you've met on dating apps and things like that, well, those women usually do have an attraction for you because they swiped, right? They or whatever it was that they did to start talking to you. So most women that you meet probably will have some attraction for you at least. So if you've got that vibe, then they're gonna fall even more in love with you and fall in love with you. So the second thing is to get happy. So this can be a bit difficult for those of you men out there that are actually suffering with mental health issues. So this tip isn't going to be for everyone, but if you are suffering, you feel like you're suffering and you feel like you're going through a lot of trouble and you've got a lot of low mood, and you feel like this is a serious problem, and even if you're not sure if it's a serious problem, you should go and talk to a mental health professional about this. Go and talk to your GP, go and talk to your doctor, because they will be able to help you way better than what I can. I'm just a coach on the internet. I can't help you with your mental health. You need to go and do that yourself. You need to save yourself, okay? So if you feel like it's a problem, or you're not sure if it's a problem, your mental health, and you feel like you feel sad or you feel low mood all the time, then please go and talk to someone about it. You're not alone, and you can get better, and you can work through it, okay? But for those that are maybe just more prone to the negative side, then this advice is for you. So what I mean by get happy is you got to learn how to, basically what it is that you got to look at your life. Maybe sit in a dark room for like half an hour and just think of, okay, so what do I need to do? What do I need to do to make my life better for myself, right? How can I get happy without having a girlfriend? Because some guys are like, well, the only thing that's missing from my life is a woman, but they're making that the whole thing of why they're not feeling good. So you got to learn how to enjoy being single, essentially, okay? And enjoy your life while you're single. Because it's one of those strange things that the universe does, or God, or whatever it may be. But when you start to really enjoy being single, that's when he sends you a woman. Right? That's when he gets you to fall in love. That's when he gets a woman that really loves you as well. And then you can't be single anymore, right? So if that's what a lot of you guys are wanting, then that's what you need to do. That's the trick, right? That's how you can sort of trick the universe, trick God into sending you the perfect woman, by really, really enjoying your life. And I mean genuinely enjoying your life, because a lot of guys are like, well, I spend a lot of my time doing like my hobbies, or and I enjoy what I'm doing, but a lot of the time, a lot of these things that guys are listing to me are things that may feel good in the moment, but they don't feel good doing it over a long period of time. So for example, watching a load of Netflix, probably feels good for like the first couple of episodes, but then you start to feel sluggish afterwards. The same can be said about video games as well. Although I know there are a lot of guys out there that are actually in the video game industry, whether they do, like YouTube stuff or Twitch stuff, or they're just in that world and they get paid for it. So I know sometimes that is actually linked to a guy's job. But if you are spending too much time doing it, and you don't feel refreshed by doing it, you actually feel like, oh my God, oh no, I should have gone to the gym instead, or I ate too much while I was playing video games. So you got to look at how it's affecting your mood across the board. Because it feels good to play video game for a little bit, but if you're doing it all the time and it's actually costing you different things, like for example, you're skipping gym sessions, you're eating junk food while you're doing it, you feel good sometimes in the moment, but after a while you kind of regret playing the video games after a while, because you've just spent so much time doing it, and you're kind of battling with yourself in your head, like, oh, I should be going to the gym, but I really want to play my video game, and you're sort of at war with yourself in your brain. Then that's how you know that you kind of need to take a step back on the video games, or do a lot less. Okay, so I'm not saying that you should give up your hobbies, definitely not, because I like playing video games still. I play video games a lot of the time. When I get a moment to myself, it's something I like to do, a little bit of downtime. But it's not something that I do as much as what I did when I was a teenager, for sure, because I know how it affects me. I know how it can affect my mood if I play for too long. Okay, I am a nerd. Okay, you may not believe me, but I'm a nerd. Okay, I played so many video games. I had two older brothers growing up, so like I was in that world. Okay, and I'm still part of that world. I still like playing like retro Pokemon games, like Pokemon Emerald and things like that. And I'm this is one of those things. I'm being honest. Okay, So it's one of those things, right? But you got to notice how it's making you feel. And if it's making you feel down, if it's dragging you down after doing too much, then you know that you need to change something up. Okay, so you got to look at the things that you're doing for instant gratification, for the instant gratification reasons. Like, yes, it feels good in the moment. Drinking feels good in the moment. Eating junk food feels good in the moment. But if you regret it afterwards and you don't feel good afterwards, then don't do those things anymore. Do things that genuinely build your confidence up and your self-esteem. So if you feel really good going to the gym and you don't regret it, and you feel energized by it, then do that. If you feel good working on a side business, and even though it may be more difficult work than playing a video game or watching Netflix or eating junk food, but if you feel like you're making progress and it's like uplifting you and you feel more confident in yourself, those are the tasks, those are the things that you have to gravitate towards, the things that build you up, make you feel confident, make you feel impressive, make you feel awesome, basically. And that's how you can get happy, right? By doing things that actually make you feel good and that are actually good for you. Okay, so get happy. And the reason why that will change the way that women see you is because you'll have a different energy about yourself. You won't be sluggish because you're diving into instant gratification things like watching too much Netflix, too much video games, or whatever it may be, too much junk food, whatever your vice is. Yeah, because we've all got a vice. And when you start gravitating towards those things that actually build yourself up, build your self-esteem, build your confidence, then you're going to feel more happier, and women are going to notice more because, let's be honest, it's very easy to fall into the instant gratification loop. Okay, but if you're a guy that's not doing that, then you're going to stand out from all the other guys that are doing that, and that is most guys. That's most women as well, because even women have their own things that they do that they don't like, whether it's, I don't know, some generalized things that say overspending, shopping, right? Buying, shopping, going or doing the online shops. That's a very generalized statement, but it's something that I've seen like some of my female friends do. They get their paycheck and they just spend all of the money because it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that happens. So some people do that and some women do that. Buying things that they don't need, essentially, right? Amazon parcel showing up every day. It's to fill a void. That's what it all comes down to. Women have these things, men have these things, and it's to fill the void. But if you fill the void yourself, with good things, with things that are going to bring meaning to your life, because there's that quote, and I use this quite a lot. I've not recently, but in some of my older videos, I use this quote quite a lot, and it's, when a man can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. So it's finding that deep sense of meaning, which goes into my next point, which is your main quest. Okay, using video game terminology here, your main quest in your life should be your calling. Okay, and if you've got a calling in your life that inspires you, that makes you feel ambitious, that brings a lot of passion into your life, it makes you feel really good when you work on it, then that's the thing that you've got to be focused on the most. Your main focus shouldn't be women and getting laid. That's a very teenage boy mentality. That's the main thing that's on a lot of teenage boys' minds, that they want to be able to, get a girlfriend or get laid or whatever it may be. And that's one of the, sometimes not for all teenage boys, obviously, but one of the big things in their lives, if not the big thing, is girls. Right, and you can see why. Obviously, everyone's like that when they're a teenager, right? Including women, right? Including teenage girls. But love is a big thing for a lot of teenagers. But your main quest should be your calling, not women, not getting into a relationship. Your main quest should be something that gives you that deep sense of purpose, like Viktor Frankl was talking about. Okay, so you don't feel the need to distract yourself with pleasure to fill the void. Life isn't about filling voids. Life is about finding that meaning, that deep sense of meaning, that fulfilling your mission and purpose, fulfilling your calling in life, because that will fill that void. That will fill the void. If you've got something that excites you, that makes you want to get up and start the day, that's the thing that you've got to be focusing on the most. And the reason why that will change the way that women see you is because they'll be able to tell when they're talking to you, when you start speaking about your calling. They'll be able to see how it lights you up and how that's just so important to you. And women find that very attractive. Like when you light up and start talking about your passion, and maybe you're talking like a mile a minute about how much you love your work, how much you love doing your hobby or whatever it is, whatever your calling is, okay? And it lights you up, and she can tell that it refreshes you rather than it brings you down, then she's going to be more attracted to you. More women will be attracted to you if you have that inside of you, if you have that passion, if you have that inspiration, okay? So let's go back through all these 3 points again, just to sort of round off the video, which is you got to get your vibe right. So get happy. So, you got to develop that sort of playful attitude and when you're on dates, and you've got to let go of the outcome and not be so focused on outcomes with women. Just enjoy the moment, just to have fun and have a good time. Okay, that's what your vibe should be all about. Get happy. Do things that fulfill you rather than bring you down. And then, of course, your main quest. Focusing on a great mission and purpose and calling for your life. And the reason I call it a calling is because it should call to you. Whenever you're doing something else, you should be thinking about your calling. It's because it calls to you. It's pulling you to do it. Like you're thinking, oh, I should be working on this right now. I should be doing this right now. That's your calling. Okay. So those are the 3 secrets that will immediately change the way women see you. Okay. If you can develop those and start implementing them into your life today, I guarantee that women will start to see you differently, and they'll notice that you have a different energy about you. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. You can also find my book on the website too. You don't need to log in, you don't need to sign up. Just go to the menu, click on the book, and you'll be able to find a dating book that you can read for free there. It'll take you straight to the PDF reader. And you can get some more tips like what you discovered in this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.